Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Arik from Miki Watanbe, and I hope I pronounced that at least close. Okay, this is a neat one. It is a recent release from tanglepatterns.com, and they are a great resource if you are not familiar with them. When you go to the description section under the video here, and you will see my version of the step out, link to that, and then a link to, it says, for more inspiration from the creator of this tangle. That'll take you to Tangle Patterns, because that's where I found this. And make sure you subscribe and support Linda. She does a fantastic job. Besides it's a wonderful resource, the amount of work that goes into sending something out pretty much daily, it's just amazing. So, if you're new to Zentangle, or, it's one of those, can't imagine that most people have heard of it, but go there, subscribe. There are ways to support her. She sells a guide every year, and so you'll see that information there. So really, really great resource. All right. I like this because, not because it's random, because I do have a challenge sometimes with random, although this gives at least a foundation. So here's how it goes. But I like it. It makes me think, what do they call it? Mid-century, type things. But I can envision so many neat uses for it. Okay, so it starts off with just some lines with a separation. So think north, south, east, west, like that, with a gap. You decide the gap inside, because you can have a lot of fun with that as well. So once you have that, then it is just a curved line connecting each of those lines, like that ish. I'm going to do one a little bit bigger, I think. Okay, let me back up. I get so excited. And it's neat because it's also kind of organic. So in that, we can grow it however we wish. So for instance, I can cross this line, I'm making a new one here, right? What I think is interesting is, because it crossed my mind, I was like, well, but you could just start with the diamond. Well, you could, but I think this is really clever in that you can grow it this way. I don't think this would happen necessarily if I've drawn on myself with white gel pen. I don't think that it could grow this way necessarily. I mean, you could, but this just makes it easy. So that way, like if you want, let's do 3. And you might have to extend some or not. Mine are getting smaller. Like so. Or, let's go to the, well, actually, it's fun. Oh, you can just turn it and then go in a different direction. Let's see. I'm going to put one under here, but let's go bigger. Sort of. The lines are longer. That's about it. This is about the same size. The key to this is make sure to leave the gap bigger, like that. And then my other thing is, because as you can see, as I'm doing this, I'm kind of going in a bit. As I'm making the curve line, extending it a little bit, so that's kind of squishing the size of that diamond. But this is one of those, it just doesn't matter. And so you could come up with, a neat pattern. Just let it go wherever it seems like it wants to go. Let's see if I can just make a curve line and not, there we go, that's a little better. And not have it, squish in, condense, that would be a better word. like that. You know, and like I said, whatever way you want to do them, totally up to you. And then if while you're looking at, after you've clicked on that for more inspiration, like, do make sure to take a look at that step out, because you will find, and let's see, well, actually there's a sample first from Miki, and that is really neat. So you could, because I'm like, wait, that's a grid pattern. Well, if you keep going with this, you know, you can kind of create a grid pattern as a result of doing this. Because for instance, like here, look at, we've got 2 sides already done. So we'll just put one here, one here. You know, and actually, and as a side note, try to use, this is me talking to me, try to use the takeoff and land concept, which is to trace over just a little bit of the line that's there. It does somewhat help with, like this was totally off. But it's small, you can't, if I didn't tell you, you might not have noticed. But anyway, so when you click on that link, you see Linda's neat sample, which has, she has decorated some, which that's very neat. And then in hers, you know, she has just some independent, which you could do. They don't all have to connect. But then do take a look, because it's just so many neat ideas. You could also, because in Miki's sample below the step out, she curves some of these lines, and that's really neat. So I am totally picturing this, especially during holiday season. But, and I think I will make sure to add it to the cosmic playlist, because, I mean, it's stars. It can look, you know, if you're doing something that is, yeah, look at how I just connect all those differently. Sometimes the pen in the hand, gosh, I don't know what they're up to. But that kind of looks neat just like that. I like the different sizes personally. But yeah, I mean, so much to play with. And then on top of it, being able to decorate, you know, the insides. Oh, we'll do 3 of those, because that I like. And so many different ways that you can do that. Oh, so fun. And then 2, if you wanted to, because I'm thinking, okay, shading, what should we do for shading? Well, a couple things. You could do a drop shadow. Could also, let's just do this down here. Down here and up here. You know, you can select what you want to shade. Oh, that looks neat. All right, let's keep doing that. Just on that, yeah, that angle. This is just one of those where you get to play. And there's, you know, as you know, there's no right, there's no wrong. Well, no, there is right. Everything is right about Zentangle. If you don't do it, that's wrong. It's fun because you can, being serious now, it's fun because you can take creative chances. And it seems silly to say, oh, creative chances. It's just paper, as Mom would say. True, it is. But some of us, you know, a blank sheet of paper, or just even this, it's like, oh, but I don't know. I don't know if I will like that or not. And, you know, just like the old life cereal commercial, try it, you'll like it. And Mikey did like it, right? So sometimes just let your brain, just go with what your brain says, or go with what your hand says, and see what happens. Because it is only a piece of paper. And it is a lot of fun. So, just neat. I'm leaving it like that because I think it's cute. All right. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I get so excited about some of these. And sometimes it's the simpler the better. And especially like this where it's, you know, even though it's simple, there's still lots of options. So, all right, if you enjoyed it, please click on the like button. If you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I mentioned the description section for links to the step outs. Below that, if you would like to connect one way or the other, all of my information is in that link tree link. And so if you want to go to my website, you can do that and follow my blog there. On the blog, I share, you'll at least get a daily tangle. And I pull from other sources besides tangle patterns. So it's not always tangle patterns. I try to have a nice variety of sources and time periods, because sometimes it might be tangle patterns, but it's from, 12 years ago or something like that. So so you'll get that from me, and then posting replays of classes or sessions that I do. You'll find that. And speaking of that, if you are interested in tangling with a bunch of people from crazy tanglers from all over the world, come and join us. I teach 2 times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's my time here in Michigan. 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. are the start times both days. And they're generally an hour. So the free classes that I do, which are on Thursday and on the third Tuesday, say that 5 times fast, right? Those are an hour. And then the ones that have a fee or are for my club members, those are at least an hour and a half, sometimes 2. I don't think maybe once I've gone more. It just depends. But anyway, all that information is there on the link tree for you to check out. Last thing I will leave you with is, besides joining us online to tangle, if you'd like to be a part of our Tangle Addicts community Facebook group, we'd love to have you. That link is there. And then just so you know, there are 4 questions you must answer in order to gain entry. So that's all that there is. And then it's just tangling mayhem from there. All right. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.